Okay, now I will be asking you a series of questions. So the participant is Martin. Can you state your full name?
My name is Martin Hernandez.
Thank you. Now, Martin Hernandez is a family member and friend of mine. Now, do you consider yourself involved with any political party?
Political party, I wouldn't say I'm really involved in none of it. I mean, I should be a part of it. I'm 18, 19 now, so that makes me vote. And I mean, I don't really follow it, but I should start looking into it.
Yeah. We were talking earlier, and you were still undecided on what political party you consider yourself, whether it be socialist, Republican, Democrat, etc.
Yes.
But I will ask you a series of questions, and these will only make sense to, well, partially make sense for the Democrat and Republican Party, which is the two primary ones. So now, do you believe that people should have the opportunity or the option to give up a baby, or what do you call it, abortion? To abort the baby?
I don't think people should even have a choice whether to or to not abortion. I think it should just be, if you're pregnant, then you have to stick with the decision that you have a life inside of you now, and you have to take the responsibilities.
Okay. As for marriage, do you think that marriage is exclusively for a wife and husband, or do you agree with the belief that it is both for women, male of heterosexuality and homosexuality?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm against it. I would just like to say that, well, religiously, it was made for men and women, so I don't think there should be homosexuality marriage, you can say.
Now, do you believe that the rich should give money to poorer individuals, or do you think the government is in charge of those individuals?
I think that the government should take in charge of the poor people.
Interesting. All of those questions, uh, those are almost characteristic of being Republican. Does that surprise you, or?
Well, many people say Republicans are bad, but I mean, I wouldn't know because, like I said, I really don't know what's different between being Republican and Democratic. I really don't know the difference between those two, but yeah, it does surprise me at the end. Republican.
Now you've stated that it's unclear to you the difference. Now, to give you an example of both, and to give you, yeah, first I'll start with the Democrats. The example right now, current time, it would be Barack Obama.
He would be Democrat?
Yes.
Okay.
What are your opinions and beliefs on him?
Opinions and beliefs on him. Well, I know he has done a lot of good things for our Hispanics with the papers and giving us kind of an equality here in this world because of kind of situations that we had in the past, racials.
Yeah. Now, right now, currently for the upcoming presidential elections, the Republican candidate and the Republican that the candidate that's representing the Republican Party is Donald Trump. What are your opinions on him as an individual?
Well, see, now that you told me what's Democratic and what's Republican,
Well,
well, Donald Trump has been giving everybody a hard time, as in Mexicans, as in telling us, well, if you've seen, you heard him, that he's been saying, well, not, I wouldn't say, well, yeah, bad things about us, calling us that we're rapists and this and that. And now, well, that took me by surprise because he told me what I was at the end, that I was Republican. And now looking at it, it would be like I would be voting for Donald Trump, which in reality I would be against it because now I see where I stand. And yeah, it does surprise me now. So, I mean, well, I can't take my answers back, because then that wouldn't be, I wouldn't say right, but it wouldn't be fair. So yeah, but yeah.
Now, some people believe that Donald Trump is not a good representation of a Republican because he is thought to have some Democratic views and is only Republican. Well, is thought to be only Republican because of the financial support that he gets from the Republican Party. Do you have any opinions on that? Do you feel like, as a seemingly Republican person, do you feel like you're represented by him? Or do you feel like maybe he isn't representing you as an individual correctly?
Well, see, when I gave you my answers, I was straightforward and I was real honest. And those were the answers that really came out. So, with that being said, I would not support a Republican, even though I did give the characteristics of voting for a Republican. But no, I wouldn't say he would be a good representation of a Republican.
Okay. What are some controversial topics that you think should be dealt with, and how they should be dealt with?
Controversial and
Like, for example, we mentioned abortion. We have mentioned homosexuality, marriage, and yeah, topics along those lines that are politically and religiously perhaps involved that you feel should be dealt a certain way. How do you feel those topics should be dealt with?
well, I mean, how we have dealt with them past many years by voting, I would say.
Okay. In your definition, what defines an American?
What defines an American? Anybody can define an American, actually. I mean, many people say they're American, even though they have blood of being a Mexican, blood of being African American, blood of being white. Anybody can say they're an American. I mean, it does say if you lived in the U.S. for 3+ years, would you consider yourself an American in most legal forms? So that's why I say anybody can say they can be American.
Okay, now, with that said, do you consider yourself American?
I consider myself Mexican American.
Okay. Now, in your definition, and taking what you said into consideration, what defines a non-American?
What defines a non-American?
You can also give examples of people you think that are American, or you know that are American, but are not good examples of American.
Okay. Well, racial profiling has been a big, which was American and which was not American. I mean, you can say between the whites and the Mexicans, there has been racial profiling with them for quite a while, where I've seen videos where a white person has told the Mexican to go back to his country. So I would say white and Mexican would be kind of back and forth.
Okay. So there is. It seems like there is. So the sense of. Would you agree with the sense of like entitlement to be American and excluding others from being American? That's a characteristic of not being. It's like not being American, so it's kind of contradicting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If you were to be president of the United States of America, what would be some changes that you would make, and how would you implement them?
Hmm. Um. First of all, I'll probably just look out for my people. Mexicans. Give them rights that should be given to them. Um. You can say. What would be another one? Well, honestly, like, if I were to run for president, of course, that would be my main concern because I know our people are struggling throughout the day, till today, to have the right to stand in this country without being racial profiled. And, well, to, yeah.
Okay. Now, do you think it is necessary for people to affiliate themselves with a political party?
Affiliate. Can you define that?
Do you think people should be a member? Do you think people should say that they are a member of a certain political party, for example?
Republican or
Yes.
Democratic? Um, yeah, I believe anybody could say, "Oh, I'm Republican or I'm Democratic. I believe in this and I believe in that." And well, yeah, I believe anybody could say they're from a party, a political party.
Okay, now, in your own opinion, and as for well, in conclusion to this interview, what do you think people should take away?
Away, as in the questions you have asked me.
Yes. So, if there were like the last few sentences, and you want someone to really hear where you're coming from or get a point across, what would that point across? What would that point be? And yeah.
Well, I'm stuck on this question. You can say. Well, I mean, anybody is able to believe with what they want, right? So, I mean, anybody could choose what they want, choose what they don't want, and like what they like and like what they don't like. So in reality, I mean, you can't really paint a pretty picture and make everybody accept it.
So it's like you're saying, it kind of, you can say many things, but at the end of the day, people will have their own opinions and their own beliefs, and they determine whether they want to change them or not.
Correct.
Wow, very good. Thank you, Martin Hernandez.
Yep.
All right, cool. Can you say hello? Cool. Nice. I think they went well.